be live. Yes, we are. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Ugh. Okay, so. Oh, wow, the concurrent viewers and likes are working now all of a sudden. Beautiful. After 2 weeks of that shit, that was nerve-wracking. Yeah, so today is going to be a pretty chill stream. If you did not see on my Twitter, oh, I should make a community post about that, huh? Yeah, I'll do that after the stream. But yeah, I finally got my map up. It was kind of Friday night, but I announced it yesterday. And what's it? It's just available for people to download and play. I had an issue with someone pointed out that the survey link included is not working properly, and I don't know, I had to fix that real quick, so my apologies for starting a few minutes late. That's okay. Let me close my windows real quick. So yeah, this is a mission that I have a little familiarity with. I've played it in the past, and I want to sort of reacquaint myself with it. Yeah, so today is just going to be kind of a chill stream. We're going to be playing some missions, and then poking at them in the editor. And, I don't know, hopefully that'll still prove fruitful. So yeah, this is probably just going to be the next couple of weeks while we wait for people to actually fill out the survey and actually give me feedback on the mission as it is. Hope everyone's doing alright, by the way. In regards to, say, current protest waves, I hope people are staying safe, but I also hope people are still going out on the streets. As I say that, I literally hear a helicopter outside my fucking building. I'm not, in Denver.
A few weeks ago, I started hearing talk about a church called St. Roderick's. It's a small church east of Mill Street, built back when that part of the city was flourishing. Now the area is one of the city's many slums, and the church ministers to the poor and destitute who live there. It's not the kind of place I'd normally pay a visit to. People have been claiming that the church has recently acquired some kind of holy relic, supposedly a shard of the master builder's true hammer. There's nothing like a shard of the true hammer to part a righteous fool from his money. Every market has at least one for sale. But according to what I overheard, when the relic was placed next to the church's statue of St. Lucia, the statue started weeping blood. Word spread, and the faithful have been flocking to the church to see it. Apparently, the Archbishop himself plans to visit St. Roderick's to witness the statue weeping and decide whether to confirm it as a miracle. In the meantime, the local priest is already proclaiming to one and all that the miracle is a sign from God. No surprise, the little church is suddenly overflowing with tithes and donations. The messenger I met in Royston Court 2 nights ago works for someone who is very interested in this situation. He has offered me a fair sum of money to steal this relic. Not only that, but he wants me to vandalize the weeping statue before the Archbishop's visit. The messenger wouldn't reveal who was paying for the job. My bet is some rival priest jealous of the newfound wealth that St. Roderick's is earning.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm supposed to make it look like a common burglary, which means I can help myself to the tithe box and any other loot I can find lying around. This would be an easy job, except that some cathedral guards are already patrolling the grounds in preparation for the Archbishop's visit. And the builders don't look kindly on thieves. The front gate is likely to be guarded, so I may have to look for a less obvious way in. And smashing the statue without drawing attention to myself. That's going to be a challenge in itself. I don't get the other half of the money until the job is done, so I'll have to come up with something.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Back when I last played a bunch of the Dark Mod, St. Lucia was one of the missions that was sort of included by default, and still is, but the thing is that it was not posed as like mission 2 in a certain chain of maps. At the end of our stream last week, we played a new job, which was sort of seen as like, training mission 1 or whatever, and now St. Lucia is training mission 2. And so there were some things in there in the intro that were talking about, like meeting this guy at Royston Court, which literally happened at the end of the last map. Yeah, just to show you that, the Dark Mod is still very much getting updates, not just in terms of bugs and functionality, but also just like content. It's really impressive, frankly. So yeah, I'll just go hard, I guess. Yeah, gas arrow would be good, probably. Oh my god, but I have 80 gold. Oh, there's a couple of things that we should note here. Oh, hang on. Moss arrow, explosive mine. Okay, something else, interestingly, was that there used to be a key that you could purchase here in the shop ahead of the mission. This might also be an indication that the level itself has changed, because that was a pretty prominent part of a criticism I had for this map. Wow. I don't know, maybe things have changed. So let me, a couple moss arrows, always. Breath potion, probably not, but we can get some noisemakers, hell yeah. I have no regular arrows. Yeah, let's get a water arrow. I typically don't go lethal. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe the intro here, the first segment of the map underwent some revisions, and if that's the case, then I think my qualms with it will have been resolved. I'm excited, and of course I'll explain more in detail about the history of this map once we're in it. I don't know why I'm whistling that. Yeah, pretty much the same start point. Oh yes, this is the place. Whew, beautiful. I do have to say the intro here, this like walk up alley sequence, I always thought was like really well done in terms of decoration, because just, I mean, look at this, it's so great, so natural looking. Like, it really nails the architectural feel. Yeah, and again, this is sort of where you get the sort of detail borrowed from like medieval architecture, where you have these sort of second stories and then maybe third stories that jut out farther and farther from each other. Yeah, and basically, and well, you know, it creates like quite an enclosed feeling at points. But I remember watching a video actually explaining why that was. And it was partly because they wanted more room on the streets, but then they just wanted more room in their houses. So the compromise basically between those two was like, well, stuff at the street level will keep reined in, but then we're just going to extend further out beyond that on the second floor, so we can have at least a little more storage room and a little more living room. But also because the weight that is kind of pushing out on these like little beams that are jutting out from the sides sort of counterbalance the warping that kind of goes in the middle of those beams, like in the building. So actually helped architectural stability. Now, if I remember, there are, yes, certain areas that we can go into. They're kind of along here. I honestly can't remember if there's much of anything to get here in terms of loot, but I'm gonna try. All right. Just a guy here. I don't know. I don't want to provoke him, and I certainly don't want to waste money. Or, what am I saying? Waste supplies. Actually, I don't know. Is there something in here I can pick up to throw? Okay. Or does he, like, not care? Is he like a squatter in here? I don't know. What was quick save? F4? Yes, okay.
Looks like the weather's getting worse, huh?
Yeah, I don't think he gives a shit. Huh. Need your help? That bastard car's putting me out of business. Can't get not 2 pence a rat these days. This car keeps selling once, twice as big. The old sewers, heard him bragging about it at the laboring goal. Those sewers ain't worked since before the old days. They've been collapsed for years. Okay. So how does he get in? Oh, I think this is just teasing the sewers, which is a big part of my initial criticism. I should stop just saying that and actually get to the fucking place, right? Crown, Prince of Ratters. Yeah, whatever. there's money behind here. Is he gonna be mad if I take it? Ah, well. Okay. I don't quite understand what's going on here. Like this guy's relationship to this environment. Because to me, it looks like a pub that's still in business. And it's just after hours. Crown Prince of Ratters, right. Speaking of, I also believe there's some secret areas along here. Yeah, there's a window up there. And here we are. When I walked to work, I passed a wagon that had struck a dog on the street and thrown a wheel. Oh my god. Saw it. On it, the emblem of the Fletcher's Guild. The dog shrieked like a child left too close to the hearth. In the commotion, I noticed a few arrows had fallen from the wagon. Regular hunting arrows mine, but the special ones that brigades use for putting out fires. I leapt forward and grabbed the nearest arrow as God spotted me. Take the coin they could fetch. You don't need to hide them for a short while. I'll hide them somewhere secret, not in the house. Still spry enough to find a place for them above the streets. Okay, so there's some water arrows somewhere. These people don't... This is a weird thing that influences my playing of Thief and the Dark mod. If there's like a lot of sort of set dressing and like readables that are there saying like, oh, this space is lived in by some people who are like on hard times, you know, it makes me really not want to steal from them. You know? Okay, it was just a few coins. I thought that was like a silver hairbrush or something. Yeah, there's this the second mission in Thief 2, which is shipping and receiving. It's basically just an open-ended thing where it's like, you know, go to these number of, you know, just go among the shops in this building after hours and just steal from them. There are so many of those shops that are just like, you know, I had to like take out a loan to get these materials for this job that are really valuable, and you know, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna go under, but you know, hopefully I'll be able to like make this piece of jewelry or carve this like really fancy lens, you know, turn things back on track. And it's just like, well, then you can steal those materials, and it's just like, I don't want to do that, you know. I see something up there. No, that's just a window. There's a very interesting way to use that light. It's like half covered. This is bizarre. Also, something subtle to notice about here. This.
So bloody hungry.
Hey. This sort of over. I don't even know what to call it. This sort of second floor that you can like walk under that creates a sort of tunnel. It's very helpful in terms of portalization, because you can really use this to restrict visibility, especially going around this corner, you know. Like once you see it, it's pretty apparent, I think. Not that that's bad. I really love the feel of this, but you know. And so, if I recall, if we go in here, but this is jammed. Come on. The sword play here is actually like very, yeah, there we go. Dark Messiah. of Might and Magic. It's quite bizarre. I mean, I know there's like directional slashing in Thief, but you know. So yeah. So the thing is that there was that sort of sewer that was teased as an alternate entry to places.
Arms for the poor, my lord.
I forget. I think it's in here somewhere, I believe. Where's the lantern? I'm supposed to have that, right? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so basically, at the end of this alley, we're gonna get to it, but there at least prior was a huge choke point. Actually getting into the church grounds, and the thing is that you know there's basically no way to get through that without either being spotted or having the foresight of purchasing some sort of tool that can help you with that specific situation. And that's the sort of thing that I really don't like in terms of thief maps, because I don't really think that there was any sort of quote-unquote prescriptive encounter that you could ever have in a thief map. I mean, I'm sure there's like examples here and there, but like by and large, they really tried their best to avoid that when making these maps. And so that was just something that really rubbed me the wrong way, especially because it was so early on before you even get to the real meat of the mission. Hey, Alex. So I believe there's a way for you to get up here. Broadhead arrow, helpful. I don't know, with those pipes, I think it is less likely now. So we broke in here to steal an arrow. That's, yeah. Hey, you know. I'm gonna turn that lantern off, obviously. Yeah, so I'm trying to remember. So the thing is that they're providing an alternative in the form of this sewer entry that actually goes like that leads directly into the church itself. Is a good idea to circumvent having that choke point, and in a vacuum that would be good. Oh, this is the dark mod. This is not an official Thief game. Oh, it might be here. Whoa. Okay, that's interesting. Alright. So sewer here. Might be. Oh, there's something up there as well. Fun. I'm having just the klutziest time moving stuff. So yeah, there's, again, the choke point is sort of up at the end of the alley. There is an alternate entry here somewhere, but the thing is that, at least in the old version of this map, you had to have a key to open the entry to the sewer, and the only way to get that key was to actually purchase it in the item shop prior to starting the mission. So basically, if you didn't have the wherewithal to purchase the key before you enter the mission, there we go. You would have to basically restart the whole thing. And to me, that was just not great, because it was basically two very prescriptive paths in which the player could very reasonably not have the solution to either available to them. You know, but it appears... Okay, yes. So this is the entry. You can see very prominently it's locked. Where one obtains the key now, I don't know. Let's actually look at the map. Yeah, this is a pretty good map. So yeah, once we get to... Is the lantern still on? Yeah, it is. Okay. Actually, let's turn that back on because I want to actually... I don't know, maybe they move the key up here. So yeah, basically, ooh. So basically at this point, like, there was no key in the shop before starting this mission, so that indicates to me that they may have addressed this problem, but I don't... Ooh. He looks smelly. Hopefully they actually left the key around here somewhere. Because if that's the case, then I think the problems in this map are, you know, really mitigated. And there doesn't seem to be much of anything here. Okay. Two golds. Okay. Okay. All right. So come back down here. This is very awkward. Okay. And of course you'll note that, you know, aside from some very small spokes off of these areas, this is a very linear lead up. Which I don't think is inherently bad, you know. Like I said in my videos, like the first mission in Thief 2 is very good at constraining the player along a set path to tutorialize a bunch of things, and then it opens up later on. It's pretty great. Yeah, so here's our main area. See the miracle. Okay, so here's the choke point. Basically. There's also a very green light coming out of here. That's a nitpick. I'm sorry.
'Tis not for me to question Brother Reynold, but it doth seem that there is not but rats and beggars to guard against.
That guard is going to be a challenge. I wonder if there's a less obvious way in.
Yeah, there is, and we don't know where the key for that is. So yeah. What do we have for tools? We have a noisemaker, but that is a wall right back there. This is also an electric lantern, so can't extinguish it. Could have gotten that gas arrow, but that was really expensive, and that would have basically prevented me from purchasing anything else. Yeah. maybe if I can get him to kind of spot me over here.
Tis something.
I don't think he's wearing a helmet, so you can knock him out. Alright. I could use my noisemaker in this hall maybe, and then kind of Bugs Bunny him over, you know? Is it apparent what that means when I say that? Yeah, okay, he's coming over. Sounds like he's heard it. Well, what? Where are you? Okay. Can I quickly... Uh-oh. Shit.
Nothing doth stir now.
Does something move? Lord Builder, guide my hammer!
Shit. Oh boy. I do not have the confidence to mantle through that. Phew.
Doth something stir? Ah! Here! Doth something stir?
Hey buddy.
The villain cannot have gone far.
Just gonna hang out for a bit here. Oh, hey there. How you doing?
I shall find you, foul knave. 'Tis something.
Oh, well thank you. I'm
Something stir?
glad I did that.
Doth something stir?
Is this guy gonna be okay? Okay. Hey, no problem. Wish I could
Come forward and face me, coward.
be more productive over the past year or so. I regret that I have one life to give for my content.
I shall drive thee back into the unfurrowed earth, heathen. I shall return thee to dust. Brothers, he's here. There is some wisdom in thy fear.
That might have been a waste.
If thou hadst any honor, thou wouldst face me. If thou hadst any honor, thou would face me. The villain cannot have gone far. I shall return thee to dust.
No.
Brothers, he is here!
Oh boy.
Art thou a creature of the mind to disappear so?
Well, I guess we're hanging out here for a bit. Have I played Metro Exodus? No, I haven't.
I shall smite thee down in the Lord's name. There is some wisdom in thy fear.
Oh, did he see me? Yeah, he's throwing stuff. I gotta actually hide and be patient. Jesus.
Art thou a creature of the mind to disappear so?
Yeah, I've not played Metro Exodus. I have I played a little bit of Metro
Of the almighty builder.
2033, and I can't say I was the biggest fan of that game. I just recently started. I started playing Stalker a little bit ago, and Stalker is actually like way more
I
my
shall
jam,
find you, foul knave.
and I've been enjoying it greatly. So I cannot speak much to the stealth systems in those games,
I
regrettably.
shall find you, foul knave. The heathen may hide, but he cannot escape.
Okay.
Doth something stir?
No. What of it? We need to get around to finish Stalker. Actually, that's about where I stopped as well. Although it's only been like a few weeks. Yeah, I got to the first underground area with the mutant. I just hope he doesn't resuscitate the other guy. I mean, I know he will, more than likely, but... Oh, no, actually. Interesting. That's no... Is there like a thing you can do with the well? I don't know. It's a nice model for a well, but it's also weird because this big prominent handle makes me always think that you can actually do something with it to interact with it. Now let's get my other noisemaker. Beautiful. And now we should be able to proceed. I mean, this was a solution, and I guess it's, I don't know, I guess it makes sense, but I really don't like the idea of having to actually alert guards. I mean, certainly I think it's a valid strategy, but I don't like encounters where that is like the one thing that you have to do in order to get through. It does not make me feel very sneaky. Okay, here we are. Okay, good stuff. All right. And of course, the front doors are going to be locked. You know it. So yeah, I guess my initial criticisms stand. I don't know where to get the key to the sewer. Fortunately, once we get in here, I think the level is like improves drastically. Buddy, have I heard of Gloomwood? Most definitely. No, Dylan and I talk quite a bit. Well, maybe not quite a bit, but you know, we've talked semi-regularly. I've been trying to get him on my stream for a bit. He's just been really busy with getting stuff. Oh, were they? I didn't notice. Yeah, obviously he's been really busy trying to get things working. So, or trying to get you know, the Gloomwood demo out and other things. So I'm not gonna push him too much. I completely forgot about this underground area. Oh shit!
Vengeance is mine.
Shit! How do I? Where do I go?
And his most cowardly knave. Must we play this game? Ah!
Okay.
Thou shalt now stand before the master builder.
Damn. Seems to me like. Let me hit F9. Will that work from here? Yes, it will. Okay. Okay, good. I forgot about that underground segment. That's weird. Thank you. I do not deserve respects, but when I pay them, I will accept them. So something I should also, I think, talk a little bit about is I'm kind of nervous about like just kind of adding tons of guards to maps, because I think this is a very good example of we have a pretty windy path around the side of this church, and literally it's patrolled by one enemy, and that seems to be sufficient, you know. Favorite area? You mean like in terms of the levels I talk about? I honestly think it's the bank. There's something about the layout and floor plan to that map that is just so like elegant. At least until you get into the basement. But you know. Oh yeah, you're kind of right. Well, this looks to me like. Oh well, I don't know. It looks like it was kind of resting on the sort of I don't know how to describe them, but the little feet on this thing. This I think more so. Yeah, this is yeah, it's tough because when you're placing props on uneven terrain in particular, it's very difficult to make that appear natural, you know? Oh, is that a wooden... Is that a wooden ceiling there? Because if that is, it would be really cool to have a rope arrow here. Oh, I see. I didn't even know this was possible. That's cool. Oh shit. Yeah, I should have waited. And of course the grade's here to help you actually look out. Yes, the Thief 2 bank. Where are you? Okay, so I actually want to try and see if I can get up there. Because that would be fun. The Twisted Mansion. Oh, Constantine's Manor. Yes. I think the difficult thing is also like choosing a particular mission to cover in a game. Because, especially in Thief 1 and 2, there's just a glut of good missions to talk about. Like Constantine's Manor would have been great. I think about shipping and receiving as well in Thief 2. Because it's just, I think, pretty unique in its approach, where it's just like, there's like 12 things that you can loot, and you need to get this much gold, so just do it. You know, pick and choose from whatever ones you want. And you can just literally, like, basically make your own mission through that way. It's so great. Yeah. Yeah, Thieves Guild. Get wrecked, nerd. Oh, by the way, something funny that happened to me recently. So, interestingly, this is the same computer that I am, that I was given as part of my job at Other Side back when I was working there. Oh dear. And as people know, when I was laid off from there, they had to hold onto this computer before I could purchase it so that they could wipe files. But the thing is that as part of that, you know, they also deactivate your work email and things like that, so you don't have access to, you know, sensitive docs anymore. Ooh hoo hoo! I did it. So regrettably, when I had Underworld Descendant, for testing purposes, it was assigned to a separate Steam account that I made under my work email. And now that that doesn't exist anymore, I can't access it. So I didn't have access to the game, as lackluster as it was, on my own computer anymore. Yeah, I didn't have access to the thing I worked on. And then, through certain means, someone obtained a code for me. So it's really funny, just the circumstances of like a code for the game fell off the back of a truck, you know. All right, that's a dead end, anyways. So okay. Sounds like someone's coming. No, they entered a room. Okay. So where am I exactly? Right, so the garbage chute along the bottom. Okay. So we just came out of the lift. That's marked on the map. Shit. Actually, it looks like there's a door here.
Doth something stir?
Oh dear. Whew. Oh boy.
Verily, verily.
Oh god. Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. So if I recall, this is a pretty central area with like a ton of entrances and exits. Like I think in all four directions. Yep. All right.
May the Lord keep you.
Okay. Right, so I need to get 1,500 in loot. I have 28. Not even 2%. My God. Shit. Okay, this is actually pretty interesting though. Okay, there's not an entry on this side, I see. Oh no, there's only two.
Anyone who doth challenge the Lord's
I think it's a pretty good example of a Roman thief because you basically have these entrances and exits that serve directly as like sort of the patrol line for enemies move in here, and then you have this like added area that's like in the same room but off to the side, so it gives the player space to hide. But that also basically means that you have to get your business done while people aren't here. And it looks to me like, say, in the corners near the light sources here. Okay, never mind. I think I'm wrong. I was gonna say I think towards the light in the corners is where the more valuable items in the room are. And that would create a very interesting contrast in terms of like going into a high risk area to gain some reward. But the thing is that does not appear to be true. It seems in theory like a good idea. Have I played any of the Styx games? Again, no. I really wish I were more well played. Maybe that's not the term. to the Reverend Bernard of St. Roderick's. I'm sending you a copy of excerpts. Mayhaps it will help you should he choose to visit your parish. Yeah, well, I was thinking like well read. I was just like, well, what's the equivalent? I'm like, it's well played. I'm like, oh no, that's not right. That is not right at all. um, you agreed that the monastery should bring up the number of its monks up to the statutory number.
Do I see?
Okay. Okay, yeah, I do like this. It's a good setup for a room, you know? Because even in the safe area that's off of the patrol path, you still have very visible, risky areas that the player needs to pass through in order to do a complete sweep of the room. And of course, lights that are towards the openings. Shit. Shit, where are you going, buddy?
Is something there?
Oh, come on. Yeah. God dang it.
Amen.
Please go into that room. Thank you. Please also go into that room. Fuck you.
Something moves?
Boy. Whew. Oh boy. Yes, and for the record, I believe that this is where you come up when you go through the sewers. So you're literally climbing into their toilets. It's really fun. Dang it. Okay. Jewels. They're jewels, Betty. Jewels. Okay, now we're getting into the money. There we are. Anything else in there? No.
Good evening.
I guess something small that I really like as well, that I just pieced together, is that in the original Thief games, when you read something, it sort of just took you to this UI screen, and things were sort of like frozen around you in the fiction. So basically, it came off as like if a guard was chasing you and you touched a note, you could sit there and read the whole note and then pop back into reality, I guess. But with here, things are still going on around you in real time, and I really do appreciate that. Many of the acolytes that have been assigned here are uneducated, crass, and poorly motivated. My lord. Uh-oh. Oh, he went into his... okay. Oh, Jesus.
Good morrow, brother.
Is that you? Noise?
Oh, boy. Well, I suppose that's proof that this is safe, but, like, it really does not feel safe here. You know? This guy seems to be stuck in a loop. Oh, never mind.
I thought I did hear something.
Alright. No? Okay. Okay, well, good that there's at least one corner here to hide in. Casting dice in the back of the nave again. Well, is even overheard swearing by Fortuna, a pagan goddess. Oh, spare key. Well, okay. Nice, nice. Alright, so this is where we are. The scriptorum. Don't know what that means exactly. Shit. Alright. Can I extinguish this candle? That'd be nice. Oh, I can move it. That's actually really helpful.
I thought I did spy something.
Nope. I also get the theming of this being a builder church, but it's really annoying having all these like metal baseboards, quote unquote, because like you can walk along them when you're just trying to back up into a corner and hide, and then that generates a lot of sound.
Lord, keep me this. Is there truly nothing that can be done about it? I thought I did hear something.
This is not terribly safe either. But gotta make do. I'm wondering if that's an entrance to something. Oh, it is. Hi, Psycho Wolf. I also say that because you use the word ass, YouTube automatically asks me if I want to approve of the comment, and I cannot approve it at the moment because I'm in the game. So my apologies. Oh wow, I didn't know about this whole upper area. Well, this is so cool. This whole series of vents. This is awesome. Oh, the chimney. Oh, that's above the toilet. Nah, you're good. Oh, I think Alex approves it, so we're good. Keep forgetting the usefulness of mods. And again, is this a... Yeah, this is wood. So if I had a rope arrow, I would be able to actually shoot one, climb up, and then get into these vents. Oh, this is so good. Now you're fine. Honestly, I am more concerned about mods being there in case someone starts saying some like Nazi shit. That's sort of why I want ambiently mod presence, just like. Oh, and good luck with your video, by the way. Okay. I want to not be extremely visible here while trying to read that note, but can't get everything I want. No. Shit. Just gotta go here. Sounds to me like someone just entered through there. Oh boy. Alright.
Yes.
Kind of. It was partly a joke about, again, Thief, but it's also a joke about playing other people's missions for inspirations. You know?
Tis something.
For the record, I'm not a terribly ardent believer in the saying great artists steal.
Doth something stir?
Great bunch of nothing here. that could have gone more quietly. Yeah, I don't blame you. It is. What's it like? There were some missions I played in the original games that have like that are like 3 hours or something. Incidentally, those are the ones that tend to not be as well received. But yeah, quite a few of them drift into the like hour and a half to 2 hour mark. The Book of Ordeals. I'm just picking up all these books and not reading them. Okay, we're good. Sounds to me that there's someone just beyond that door. It's been a while since I saved. Let's do that. And okay, we're in the main area now. Somebody's got a key. Vestibule.
How much longer must we guard this accursed place?
The Archbishop doth come 2 days hence.
I should be ashamed to have his eminence in such a place as this.
'Tis hard to imagine a true miracle doth take place here.
As you say, though the Lord Builder is known to work in ways most mysterious.
Indeed, 'tis not our place to question. Our obedience doth honor him.
Shit.
Is that something over there?
Oh my god. It's too close.
Thou canst not hide forever. Hiding shall not save thee.
I see nothing now.
He doth hide somewhere. Come out and fight me, heathen.
Clearly a bit of monster clip around that corner would have helped. Again, very small, nitpicky thing.
Hiding shall not save thee.
Oh boy.
Come out and fight me, heathen. Thou canst not escape the Lord's sight. Intruder! Hold
Shit.
there.
Yeah, that wasn't
Come,
smart.
face to arms! An intruder doth violate our
No
sanctum! Thou
mercy
dost
for
but delay
coward
the
knaves
inevitable.
such as thee.
Gonna go.
Brother,
Some wisdom.
here he is.
Tis most cowardly.
Right, wasn't there a second story here?
A good solid push might tip that hammer over.
Ah, shit. Shit.
Enjoy thy eternal torment, foul villain.
Boy, did I fuck up that one. Yeah. Something small I've noticed as well. Is that at least internal to this mission, there seems to be a sense of progression. In that, I don't like that my mouse cursor isn't free on this, but you know. Basically, we enter through the main gate access there on the right hand side of the map.
Is that something over there?
No.
I thought I did spy something. There is nothing. What is that?
Please just go through. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's like someone hand drew it, obviously.
My hammer is ready.
Lord Builder, bless our hands and our tools, that we may do great works in thy name. Amen.
There we are. Okay. So, again, you come through the main gate access up to the main entrance, the front of the building, basically. And that's locked. So you have to go around and find a way in, and that's the garbage chute, which is misspelled here. Okay. And then from that, you're basically moving from the back of the building to the front, you know? And so that seems to be pretty interesting to me, because that kind of gives like a sense
How
of
much
progression.
longer must we guard this accursed place?
The Archbishop doth come 2 days hence.
I should be ashamed to have his eminence in such a place as this.
'Tis hard to imagine a true miracle doth take place here.
As you say, though the Lord Builder is known to work in ways most mysterious.
Indeed, 'tis not our place to question. Our obedience doth honor him.
Also, it seems to me like that encounter here happens specifically while the player is in this area. Kind of wonder how they do that to set that up. Alright, and let's hop down here. So yeah, like I was saying, you know, when you're moving from the back of the building to the front of the building, it adds like a slight complication to the problem that you're trying to solve, and therefore it like adds a little interest. But also because of that, it makes this feeling of progress of like, as long as I'm moving forward towards the building's front, then I'm progressing as a player.
I shall drive thee back into the unfurrowed earth, heathen.
The Lord Builder shall find thy works pleasing. Why shalt then you greet him shortly?
And I think at least mentally it kind of creates a sub goal of like, well, first I need to get to
My hammer doth call for thee.
the pulpit, and then I need to get to the specific item that I'm stealing, even though that's not like an explicit sub-defined
He may
objective.
hide, but he cannot escape.
Give me, Lord Builder, my servant hath failed you.
I wish I had not used my water arrow. Nobody. I also swear to God, like, in this map, you have the slightest shade above not visible. Or fully invisible. Not... You know what I mean. There's the least visible state that you can be in with a light gem, which is where I am right now. And then as soon as you go a hair above that, it feels like guards have the potential to see you. And that really sucks. Because that doesn't feel accurate to Thief. And it is quite unforgiving. I mean, either that or we have instances like, in that room back there, where the guard came by and it's just like, do I see something? When I'm like 5% visible. And then, it's not, it alerts them enough to make them like give their AI bark, their quip, basically, but not high enough for them to actually do anything about it. And so you have this like weird mismatch between the VO and the AI action. Boy.
'Tis something.
Okay, so yeah, these guys just seem to be like swapping places, basically. So when this guy gets up on the pulpit, his back should be turned. Shit.
To arms, an
Go.
intruder in the house of God.
Who has taken it?
Tis most cowardly, knave.
Hiding shall not save thee. Seem thou anything strange? Something is
Tis too
amiss.
late for mercy, villain. Tis most cowardly, knave. Brothers, he doth hide here.
The darkness
too late
cannot
for mercy,
protect thee
villain.
from thy
Tis
eternal
most
fate.
cowardly, knave.
Come out and fight me, heathen.
I shall drive thee back. Lord Builder, guide my
Thou
hammer.
shalt
Intruder to
bleed
violate
now,
our sanctum.
rogue. There shall be no mercy for cowering knaves such as thee.
A good solid push might tip that hammer over.
Try something.
Tis over now, villain.
Why is one of those unlocked and the other isn't? Okay. What are you? Did they like need to like suddenly position him for this
How much
sequence to
longer must
happen?
we guard this accursed place?
The Archbishop doth come 2 days hence.
I should be ashamed to have his eminence in such a place as this.
'Tis hard to imagine a true miracle doth take place here.
As you say, though the Lord Builder is known to work in ways most mysterious.
Indeed, 'tis not our place to question. Our obedience doth honor him.
Someone hath committed robbery in the house of God. I shall find you, foul knave.
This?
I shall find you, foul knave.
Thou hast better seek the Lord's mercy, for thou shalt have none from me.
Saving.
Doth something stir?
Lord, strike him down, for
Tis
he hath
nothing.
deluded me.
Something doth move? Something doth move.
Is that something over there? Something doth move.
Okay.
To arms! An intruder doth violate our sanctum.
Oh.
Face the wrath of the Lord.
Thou dost but
Most
delay
cowardly
the inevitable.
knave. 'Tis too late for mercy, villain.
Gone? Do
Vanished?
mine eyes deceive me?
Oh, he must be here.
Well, that would have been helpful to see more clearly.
A good solid push might tip that hammer over.
I shall drive thee back into the unfurrowed earth, heathen.
The Lord Builder shall find thy works pleasing.
isn't it? Alright. Shit.
Come, face the judgment of the Almighty Builder.
I hope the Lord Builder shall find thy works pleasing. I shall send you to meet him shortly.
Okay, but at least I'm safe up here. Just gotta wait for them to cool down.
Gone. I must
Give me, Lord
confess.
Builder,
I
thy
think
servant hath failed you.
It also feels to me like, what did they mention? A hammer being pushed over? Like a hammer sculpture. And the thing is that I have not seen any. Because I think it's over in the next room, where it's actually located.
I
So,
hear nothing now.
okay, hopefully falling from here will not hurt me and will not alert people. Whole gold plate is only 15? My god.
Be strong, bright child. Help doth come.
From me.
Oh dear god.
Hope the Lord Builder shall find thy works pleasing.
Saw thou that
I shall
too?
send you to meet him shortly. I shall find you, knave.
Alright.
Thou hast better seek the Lord's mercy, for thou shalt have none from me. I hope the Lord Builder shall find thy works pleasing, for I shall send you to meet him shortly. Lord, strike him down, for he hath eluded me.
I will have to be a strict in mine orders. Such laziness in the new acolytes.
I can't tell if there's a guard on the other side of that door. But here we go.
A man hath fallen.
Shit.
Ha! Thou cannot escape me now.
Shit.
Tremble now, coward. The Lord Builder shall be less merciful to thee.
Alright. Ah, great.
My hammer stays at the ready should he return.
Thou hast invoked my righteous anger.
Come on.
Something.
I thought I did spy something.
Oh, come on.
Gone? Someone has stolen it. Come out and fight me, heathen. Thou shalt bleed now, rogue. Thou cannot escape.
And with the rocks. Alright, I'm gonna wait for them to come over this side. Well, they don't seem to be alerted by this guy, despite their proximity.
Tis something.
Alright. Perhaps I should be more liberal in my use of the noisemakers.
Thou cannot escape.
Ah. Add a fourth one, why not? Is my stream okay? No data. We seem to be having streaming issues at the moment.
To arms! An intruder doth violate our
There shall be
sanctum.
no
If thou hast
mercy
any
for
honor,
cowering
thou wouldst
knaves
face
such
me.
as thee.
Shit. Alright. Hang on.
Look Look there, brother. Let us smite him.
An intruder in the house of God.
Brother, he's here.
Cowardly knave.
The villain cannot have
Fear not for a moment, a guiding shall not save thee.
Yeah, YouTube just started saying that it's not receiving enough data for smooth streaming, so I don't know what changed. My
A good solid
apologies.
push might tip that hammer over.
Thou canst not escape the Lord's sight.
Again, like of course that.
come. Face the judgment of the Almighty Builder.
Would be so helpful.
Shall not save thee.
I shall find you, foul knave.
Come out and fight me, heathen.
The heathen may hide, but he cannot escape.
Okay, the connection seems to be okay. Good again.
Not mine.
Friend, I cannot search any longer. The road has gone away.
Maybe I can just shoot a noisemaker in this direction and get them to go back to the pulpit. That'd be pretty good.
All is quiet now.
Nah. Sounds like we don't need it. No. Oh my god. All that noise. Oh, hey. That's helpful.
Shall find thy works pleasing. I shall send you to meet him shortly.
Be strong, my child. Help doth come.
Shit. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna hang out
The Lord
here.
Builder shall find thy works pleasing. I shall send you to meet him shortly.
Thou canst not escape the Lord's sight.
Thou hadst better seek the Lord's mercy. Thou shalt have no more from me.
Oh, God.
Come out and fight me, heathen.
I shall find you, knave.
Oh, God.
The darkness cannot protect thee from thy eternal fate.
I shall find you, knave.
Okay.
Thou canst not escape the Lord's sight.
Oh, boy.
The darkness cannot protect thee from thy eternal fate.
Thou mayest
The
elude
scoundrel has
but thou
escaped.
cannot hide from him who
For now.
Oh, God. I swear to God they do it intentionally. To be like, I'm gonna stand like 6 inches in front of you.
He's gone now.
think there's one guy still back there.
All is at peace now.
But this might be the time to move. Again.
Pass the word. A thief has entered our sanctuary. Thou hast invoked my righteous something doth prove.
Please leave. Okay. Okay, good. And where's this guy? There he is.
Who left this door ajar?
That was one of your guys. Don't blame me for that.
Left this door open.
Okay. I'm kind of stuck here, but
I shall find you, foul knave.
this feels pretty safe.
It hath gone away now.
Come forth and face me, coward. There is an intruder about. May the Lord Builder stoke the fire of your righteous fury. The heathen may hide, but he cannot escape.
And phew, okay. What's the relic that makes the statue weep? Oh, right, is it not? Oh, right, you can push us over.
I pray the Lord Builder help me find this fiend.
Maybe I should actually read all the stuff. Oh, whoops. No, that's not the one. Archbishop Bishop reports. No. Bernard doth keep the relic in his private chambers.
My hammer is ready. Let him dare to come now.
Or when the cloth burns, the Holy Lady of Saint Nathaniel. Did I just miss the relic in his room? Because I don't want to have to go all the way back there, man. Oh boy. Fantastic. Okay. So I think first off I want to loot all this stuff on the ground floor. And then I'm gonna push that thing over to complete one of the objectives.
I pray the Lord Builder help
And
me
then I'll
find
just
this
simply
key.
go out and back around the church. Whoops.
Hark! What doth make noise there?
Thou canst not escape the Lord's sight.
I shall find you. Knave.
Hiding shall not save thee.
I hope the Lord
Thou
Builder
canst
shall
not
find thy words
escape the
pleasing,
Lord's sight.
and I shall send you to meet him shortly.
Hiding shall not save thee.
Actually, maybe I should just push this over now.
The darkness cannot protect his strange. Hiding shall not save thee. Thou shalt
Look
bleed
there, brother!
now,
Let us
rogue.
smite him!
Cowardly
There is some
creature.
wisdom in thy fear. I see nothing though.
Actually, I wonder if you could get up there in the first place. That'd be impressive.
Tis gone now.
I didn't expect this to take like this much time in the stream. I think that goes to show you I'm a real slow Thief player. I'm not a terribly quick player at a lot of games, anyways. Alright, so let's head back. Actually steal this relic. And he's around the corner. Good. I don't like how tight this is. Mm-hmm. Ah, there we go. Where's the button to... Oh. Yes. Don't think anyone comes through this direction, or like from here to there.
I thought I did spy something. What is that?
Don't worry about it.
It hath gone away now.
And someone's right there. Not my smartest move, but you know. And, okay, where the fuck is this thing? In here? No. Oh. God damn, I think that was in front of me the whole time. Alright, it's time to start picking. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Just came in to admire the painting. You know. Oh gosh, that'd be helpful. Oh, that was like nothing. Okay. All right, saving after that, because boy howdy. They also said that they were gambling in the back of the nave, but I don't know where the nave is exactly. I also have not gone down the stairs here to that basement. Nice cross beams. Doing the diagonal pattern.
I shall smite anyone who doth challenge the builder's church.
'Tis something most odd. Taste the wrath
Whoa.
of the Lord.
Ah, I'm physically stuck. This is not good. Okay. Well, glad I saved. That was speedy. Alright, so yeah, there's some loot down there to be obtained. We are at like 900 something. 854. I think on normal difficulty, it was just 1,000, but I gotta get 1,500 here. So here I go.
The Lord thy God shall not forsake thee, nor thy works.
All right. Anything up here, or is it just a place to hide? Or maybe just set dressing.
Do I see? I shall return thee to dust. Ha!
Fuck.
My strength
Come on.
comes from the Lord. Take this.
Fuck, where do I go?
Is something there?
Ah! Yeah, my strength comes from the Lord. Brother, he's here.
Within an inch of my life. My god.
Gone? My hammer doth call for thee.
Which is tough because I don't think I have anything to heal with. Alright, so there's this room. I'm gonna save right here because I want to do something stupid. Well, that was stupid. I thought I could maybe jump and mantle on those. Real haphazard. Don't think so. There's really not much in this room in the way of loot.
Come forth and face me, coward.
How about no?
Something doth move. I shall smite thee down in the Lord's name.
Oh, come on.
I am triumphant. Praise be to God.
Oy. Okay. At least we're back here. And again, no. Okay, good. There's usually a second guy patrolling around here, right? Wonder where he is. He's probably in the back there. after I shattered everything.
Is that something over there? The acolytes should be closing these doors.
Oh. It also didn't occur to me that you could have multiple keys on one guard, but I suppose that's perfectly logical.
Come out and fight me, heathen.
I saw something. Come with me.
The darkness cannot protect thee from thy eternal fate.
Look there, brother.
Oh, come on.
Thou shalt now stand before the Master Builder.
Was I back in the dining? Yeah. Alright. Whoa! I did it. Hang on. Hang on. No. Right. Whoa! Hey. I'm gonna jank my way to victory. Oh, that's where that trash goes? Yeah. How about around here? Oh, it's this side hallway. Well, that was not the most helpful. Okay. So let me see. I have the relic. Smash the statue. Just need to get that gold count up. Where's the count? 985, okay.
Something stir?
Wow, okay. Yeah.
I shall find you, foul knave.
Thou hast better seek the Lord's mercy, for thou shalt have none from me.
Perfect.
thine, brother.
Stand and speak if thou be there.
If I can shoot that through the door. Yes.
Brothers, there he is. There shall be no mercy for cowering knaves such as thee.
I shall drive thee back into the unfurrowed earth, heathen. Come forth and face me, coward.
Was here not but a moment ago. The master builder shall guide me unto thee.
Meet him shortly.
I shall drive thee back into the unfurrowed earth, heathen.
Thou canst not hide forever.
I shall find you, knave.
I am a servant of the Lord Builder. Why dost thou trifle with me?
My hammer doth call for thee.
Let's see if I can.
Hiding shall not save thee.
How does this happen?
Hiding shall not save thee.
I shall drive thee back into the unfurrowed earth, heathen. Be vigilant, brother, beware.
Yes, sir.
I shall drive
The
thee
darkness
back
cannot
into the
protect
unfurrowed
thee
earth,
from thy
heathen. Drive thee
eternal
back
fate.
into the unfurrowed earth, heathen.
Thou canst not hide forever.
Come, face the judgment of the Almighty Builder. My hammer doth call for thee.
Thou canst not escape the Lord's sight. The master builder shall
My hammer
guide me
doth call
unto
for
thee.
thee. I shall drive thee back into the unfurrowed earth, heathen.
The master builder shall guide me unto thee. Come out and
Come
fight
forward
me,
and face
heathen.
me, coward. Come forward and face me, coward.
So I've basically done
Come out and fight me, heathen.
everything except I need 500
My
more
hammer doth
gold.
call for thee.
So I'm wondering if
Come,
people
face the judgment of the
would be
Almighty
okay if I
Builder.
just end it here, because I want to actually spend some time looking
I
at
shall drive thee back into the unfurrowed earth.
missions in editor.
Be wary. Keep thou a keen eye.
What trickery is this?
Hiding shall I warn thee. I am under the Lord's protection.
The knave have fled before my
Keep
righteous
thou a
anger.
keen eye. Someone doth lurk amongst us.
My hammer stays at the ready should he return.
Who art thou? What dost thou want from me?
Strange.
Gone. The wretch doth fear my righteous fury, no doubt.
Sure. Alright. Well, I think that's basically a summary. The end of that mission would basically just be going back and returning to, the alley where we were before. Oh, nice. Alright, so let's turn the second monitor on so we get that grid view. St. Lucia. Yeah, actually, hang on. Do we not have new job, save games? Oh, did I not open that up? See you. See all files here. I see. Okay. This is gonna be a mess, but okay. So that should be good. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, so let's just poke around and see what we can find. I'm not looking for anything in particular at this moment, I guess. Oh wow, okay. There's a lot of stuff here. So something peculiar to stuff in ATEC 4 is that if there are, or maybe this is just the dark mod specifically, but there are certain attributes that are true for, that are basically applied to the map itself as opposed to any particular object within the map. And you basically see them on every world spawn brush. So we have the normal, like we have the names of each difficulty, which is normal, hard, expert. There's also some sort of stim that is defined. Portal distance, all that. This must be like a mesh, right? Yeah. It's like some sort of support. Oh, it's specific to St. Lucia. Oh. No wonder it looks good. So yeah. First let's examine this alleyway entry. And oh my god, look at all these portal brushes. Okay. Yeah, so we have like a portal here, a portal here. This is kind of ridiculous. Let's filter out. Yeah, let's filter out these portals because it's getting pretty bad. Yeah, okay, we can kind of get a sense of things here. Actually, I wonder what things look like with the lighting preview. It might take a while. Damn, that looks pretty good. Even for like the editor estimate. Wow, yeah, you can really tell it's chugging, trying to preview everything. So I guess I like that there's lights around here to sort of illuminate the extent of the space, and then beyond here, once we go around like this right bend, there's a light here to basically differentiate like this pillar. Oh, well. There's this wall here that is kind of occluded by, come on. That is kind of occluded by some stuff over here, so that it gives a distinct layering here. So it's basically like a lit object on top of a dark object on top of a lit object, so that there's separation between the lit surfaces. It's really good. Actually, honestly, is there anything in here? Anything that I missed? There's like a dead rat. That's cool, I guess. This goes nowhere, I think. The player start over here. I'm kind of curious what this is. I don't know what the purpose of it is. This basically just like, oh, is this like the skybox texture, like a particular one? Because it's weird that it's tiling like this. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, because like this is the typical skybox texture over here, and then like, anyways, oh, I should look at clip textures, and no, there doesn't seem to be anything to help the player here with that mantle. Used by sewer padlock key 1. I'm just so curious where this is. Can we find? Control F. Oh, entity inspect? No. Hmm. I swear to God there was some way to search for particular entities, or there's like some way of getting the whole map view, like the whole list of entities in the level. Hmm. Oh, entity list. Sewer padlock key 1. Focus camera on selected entity. Oh, right. Jeez. Oh, so it's... It's like in the corner behind this barrel. Like, what? I don't know. I think it's pretty apparent I was not fastidious in reading notes in the level as I was going along, but I really don't know if there was anything suggesting that this key was here. Alright, so now that that mystery's resolved, dirt. Gosh, well, I gotta say, in terms of their decoration, they really know what they're doing. Like, the texture on all these beams is just, immaculately done. These windows as well, they have these sort of support beams, and then, like, sort of these two little bits of wood to frame them, like, and they're like inset from each other and having sort of funky shapes like this. Yeah, that's got to be a funk static. Oh, it's actually a model. Oh yeah, by the way, the fact that like all of these are world spawn, I think that was another thing I noticed too, because this map did not perform particularly well on my old student laptop, but that was like a computer I got in 2012. But this, is not really a game that you would expect would require something like that. Like Doom 3 came out in 2004, so stuff that's built on that you wouldn't think would be particularly more complex, but so yeah, just the fact that like a ton of this detail here is just world spawn when it does not need to be, and it's not all like grouped into one like giant funk static. Yeah, like, see, this is kind of okay, because it actually seems to be forming the bounds of stuff. But the fact that this support, oh no, that's support Egg on my face. That particular support beam is a good use of funk static. For the fact that like this roof tile isn't funk static, that means that like this edge going across here at this like 45-degree angle, as well as this edge coming across here, as well as the bottom here, all of these are slicing up the area into visibility regions. And you know, I suppose that, you know, it was running perfectly fine on my laptop here now, but I don't know. Like, not everyone has, you know, the same hardware that we do. So actually getting into some of the more concrete stuff. Oh yeah, I'm wondering about what this stuff is on the ground. Oh, is this like a oh, it's like a patch, so you can actually kind of sculpt the terrain on this. But I'm just curious because I haven't really seen like the pink and yellow textures here before. Wonder why that is. Like there's some sort of like texture blend, I think. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. So that you can get like bits of this cobblestone showing through the transparency here. That would actually be a really good detail to pay attention to. Because I know when I did patches like that in my last map, they weren't particularly good. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Yeah, so it seems to me like a great number of detail bits here are actually just models. Which is a good way to approach it, because Lord knows I don't really have great modeling capabilities. And, you know, my naive approach is typically just like I would literally do all of this sort of stuff in, you know, brushwork. And then convert it to funk static. That's some neat stuff. I'm curious. No. Yeah. I was wondering if the pipes led to anywhere interior. That would have been fun. But I also like this sort of Disney World kind of approach here. You know what I mean? Where, you know, from down here you've got, you know, architecture and houses peeking over the top, in order to really sell that there's a space beyond the area, and then you look over here and it's just like almost nothing. Can I really like this as like a secret path? Oh, I think something else I want to look up real quick on the list is... Okay, this looks all alphabetical, so... Or at least mostly. Yes, ambient world. Okay. So that's out here. Which is interesting. Kind of wondering about their light balance. Okay, wow. That's pretty dark. Let me write this down, actually. Because I think my ambient light is a lot brighter in my map. So it is slightly not blue. I'm trying to remember what red and green combined to be. Oh, it's sort of vaguely orangey. Not that you can really tell. But okay, that's good. 259, huh? I might go a little long here. God, this little alcove is genius. I love it. There's no real loot in here. Right, I wanted to look in the basement, I think. Oh, but this pipe has some continuity. Oh no, it's just a. Oh, whoops, that's the actual elevator. Wait, the elevator's like right across from the player? Interesting. Okay. Huh. Oh, these are little cobweb decals. If they would let me select it. Okay, yeah, but I think you get the point. So ultimately, there's not a ton going on here. What is that? Oh, it's a statue. That would have been helpful. Interesting that there was another piece of loot here. A dagger. Wow. Oh, maybe I did get that. So yeah, what exactly is going on over here? I know that. So with the lighting preview, like this area that the player enters, they're pretty lit. And I think if I recall the first time I tried going down here, I was immediately spotted by this guy from around the corner, and I had nowhere to go to, basically. So, and it kind of makes sense, I guess, if you can come over here and use the elevator, but I really didn't notice it in that short of a time. But basically, this guy, I think he just comes over here. Yeah, he goes over here, then he turns and waits. I've not really concerned myself with the view angles here for waiting guards. Then, oh, I see. And then there's sort of this like giant logic bank here. Interesting. So something that should be noted is that for paths, one thing I know you can do is you can actually add more than one target after a path node. And if that's the case, they will be equally likely to go to. So it's basically a coin flip as to which one they're going to go to next. So there's that one over there. And basically comes back to over here. Cat 4, turn, target is cat 5. So wait, cat 6. Oh, this is a weird sequence of like turning and waiting in place. Huh. And then the other guy, I believe, basically just goes here, goes here, goes here, goes here, if I'm not mistaken. Or rather goes here and then randomly picks one of these two. That's interesting. I'm not entirely sure about randomization in terms of patrol paths. Because on the one hand, without randomization, they literally do the same thing over and over again, or maybe they do a more complicated thing where they like switch from one patrol route and then switch to the other. Because you can do that to basically program of like, you know, if you hit this particular node 3 times, then on the 4th time you instead take this other path. Because I think that, what's it? A guard's pathing being completely deterministic is not, or it's kind of gamey and it's kind of artificial. But on the other hand, you do want that predictability. So adding randomness, I think, is something to be done sparingly, something to be done very deliberately and particularly. You know what I mean? Also, this is interesting. They just have a path node down here. And they don't really bother with actually laying out a path nodes like that makes sense in the space. They're literally just like, go here, go here. So I suppose that's a reassurance that that kind of thing works. I would imagine there's no... Yeah. Nothing here. I wonder what in the world is that? Oh, it's just a really long brush here, basically, for the base of the sort of elevator piston. Interesting. I keep saying interesting a lot, I'm sorry. Right, and here's the sewer where you climb the ladder up into the shitter. Oh, that actually is where that comes out. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I guess in both cases you're working from the back of the building to the front of the building. But, you know, whereas if you actually sneak past the guard, get to the front of the building, and then you're like, oh, the front door's locked, I gotta go around. In that case, like, you understand that you're sneaking around, and you understand why you're going from back to front. That's sort of like a thing you opt into. Whereas with this, it's just sort of like I incidentally managed to get into the rear of the building by taking the path through the sewers. And that's pretty neat. Another thing I've been thinking about is sort of like with A New Job that we were playing last week, and we should probably open that up briefly to look at it. Yeah, with A New Job, it really felt like there were a number of very specific stealth encounters, quote unquote, that were in those areas, and they sort of reacted to the state of the level dependent on the player's actions very well. But the thing is that I think that veers away a little from the Thief feeling, because in Thief maps it's not particularly clear that like there's some sort of telegraphed patrol path for a particular enemy in a room, and there's some sort of gimmick to each room, and you're like, okay, clearly they want me to do this here. And this feels like it skews way better to Thief. And a big part of that is I think maybe it's that there's still encounter design that's sort of being applied, but the thing is that it's not necessarily chunked off and contained to one room or one particular set of rooms. So for example, the fact that again there is this patrol path here along here, excuse me, that guards can utilize. And you have this sort of space over here for the player to avoid their sort of territory that they control, but they're still very visible in certain areas here. The fact that this is sort of just... This in and of itself could be thought of like as an encounter, but the thing is that the encounter is dependent on guards just kind of coming and going, and then they go off and do other things in other rooms. And so the thing is that the encounter here seems to be more temporally conditional, you know? It is dependent on the time that the player's in there, because that is sort of that determines like whether the guard is in here or not, what behavior they're engaging in. So that's interesting. I think designing rooms in this way then would be better in terms of you kind of need a room here to make sense and for players to feel like it's a logical location, and then incidentally when an AI comes in, the context of the environment changes all of a sudden. It kind of snaps into like it using that environment in order to deal with the situation while it's going on. I hope that makes sense. So it's less having discrete encounters of like, this is the room where the guard walks, in L fashion, and then the player has to sort of walk along with them. And it's more of like spreading that AI's encounter across multiple areas, like they have, like they're basically just sort of cameoing in a bunch of scenes, almost. That might be the better way to approach, like, actually incorporating AI into the map. And speaking of, I want to look in new job. All extract all here. Maps. Prologue. Oh wait, that's a script. No. No. New job. Maps. Alright. Let's load this puppy up. Okay. I'm quite tired all of a sudden. I'll give it 15 more. Okay, first off, I want to again look for ambient world. This one's actually slightly lighter. Got an ever so subtle bluish tint, it looks like. Oh. Right, because I think they mentioned in their README file that this map was made out of, the sort of modular assets that I think the user Springheel made. Yeah, that's interesting. Do these things... Yeah, it looks like these things basically function as world spawn as well. Which is, I think, perhaps a bit dicey. Again, we got a lot of Disneyland sort of thing going on, or Disney World rather. Yeah, like this whole thing's a funk static. And it looks like, yeah, it's basically a bunch of combined brushes. That's more what I'm talking about. I mean, I could be putting my foot in my mouth here because I don't know. Yeah. Models, dark mod, architecture. Yeah. Maybe I should use some of these in my maps as well. I would imagine because of this rounded stuff. This is, yeah, also a prefab. This is very interesting. No draw solid. I would imagine that this is all to basically help the player better mantle onto things. Oh yeah, and this. This is funk static, this is funk static. So they don't actually have like a shadow texture on them. Which is why last week when I was trying to hide behind here and it cast a shadow, it didn't seem to actually like hide the player. Oh yeah, and this thing was swinging. Right? Yeah. Attachment lamp point swinging. Oh, that's so cool. Canterbury, that's clearly a custom model. Yeah. Okay, and then these are all prefabs, basically. Wow. Gosh. Just really solid work. Maybe having a seaside inn or something like that along the canal would also be good to fill in for a an environment. Actually, I do think I want to look at the script here. Just to see if I can get a sense of what these guys were doing, or how deliberate it was. Oh, they have like AI routines to actually like go on the elevators so the AI can go on them. Oh, that's so cool. Elevator steam, yeah. Oh, this is for the cutscene at the end. Yeah. Roll camera, all that. The safe. Close bar. Interesting. No, nothing there. Oh, I also didn't know that there was a bathroom back here. No draw solid. Yeah, yeah. Gosh. Target teleport. No draw solid wood. Interesting. I don't know what that is for up there. No draw solid carpet. Oh, I see. The carpet here is a model, but I think that it can't determine footstep sounds based on models. It has to be on world spawn or funk static. So that's why they put this here. Trigger multi. Trigger relay. Ah, here we are. You have that little room outside the map that the player can't get to. And this is basically where you store all your logic. Sequencer, random bar convo. I see. Start conversation 3, start conversation 4. Oh, so is this just for the conversation? So it can, like, pick up and resume? Oh my god. I had no idea that much effort went into that. Holy shit, that's so... Wow. Okay. Oh my god. That is amazing. I was more interested in trying to find out how they patrol, but I don't know, maybe some of these will help. Meet contact. Set objective stuff. Find gems, find room. Yeah. Trigger relay. Oh, I think this is for... Yeah, for changing objective visibility. Okay, that makes sense. I thought that there might have been some playable space up here, but I guess not. At least not in theory. I would imagine this is for like the no draw metal solitaire is more for like if the player shoots an arrow at the pipe, you want to make sure that it gives the appropriate sound. It's just kind of weird that they have this like electrified fence thingy happening. I guess the idea was to set up electricity as an element later on. Oh, and they have to... Oh, they're using flagstones and everything. I see. The little rows of models. Okay. Well, I think I got some interesting stuff out of this. So I think I'm going to call the stream there. I wish there were more, well, I don't know. Talking about the encounter design stuff I think was kind of actionable, more concrete than my usual bullshit. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it here. This was pretty fun. I think I want to get a couple more mods, or a couple more missions for next week, and then play through those. Or given the length of St. Lucia, maybe it'd be good to have just one and then like open it up in editor. Hey Miles, how you doing? I'm so sorry. All right. Yeah, I'm glad to go for long for little ones. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I will see you guys next week. Oh yes, and of course, the map is out and released. You can go to lastlife.net, last-life.net, go to the forums. You can download my map there. There was a link included for a survey, and as someone pointed out, it apparently required a Google sign-in to do, and I don't necessarily want that, so I'm going to try and fix that real quick. But if you still want to go and download it now, like, it's up and it's available. So yeah, let me know what you think. Be brutal, be honest about it, because I know that there are shortcomings I feel in regards to the map as it is. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you next week, and we'll have a little more fun with missions. Bye.